SummerSlam was a professional wrestling pay-per-view event produced by World Wrestling Entertainment and presented by 7-Eleven and Slim Jim, that took place on August 15, 2010, at the Staples Center in Los Angeles, California for the second consecutive year. It was the 23rd annual SummerSlam event and 6 matches took place. SummerSlam received 350,000 pay-per-view buys, a decrease on the 369,000 buys garnered by SummerSlam. Background: SummerSlam featured professional wrestling matches involving different wrestlers from pre-existing scripted feuds, plots, and storylines that played out on World Wrestling Entertainment's television programs. Wrestlers portrayed villains or heroes as they followed a series of events that built tension, and culminated into a wrestling match or series of matches. The main rivalry heading into SummerSlam from the Raw brand was between the champion Sheamus and Randy Orton over the WWE Championship. On the July 19 episode of Raw, Orton defeated Edge and Chris Jericho in a triple threat match to earn the right to face Sheamus for the WWE Championship at SummerSlam. On the August 9 episode of Raw, the Raw general manager added 2 stipulations to the match, stating that anyone who interfered in this match would be suspended indefinitely, and if Orton lost, he would not receive another match for the championship while Sheamus is champion. The main rivalry heading into SummerSlam from the SmackDown brand was between the champion Kane and Rey Mysterio over the World Heavyweight Championship. On the May 28 episode of SmackDown, Kane's storyline brother, The Undertaker, defeated Mysterio to qualify for the Fatal 4-Way match for the World Heavyweight Championship at the Fatal 4-Way pay-per-view in June. During the match, however, The Undertaker suffered a legitimate injury, forcing him to be written out of the match by having him found in a vegetative state by Kane over the Memorial Day weekend. As a result, Kane accused several wrestlers of incapacitating his brother, and attacked them. Mysterio won a battle royal to replace The Undertaker, and went on to defeat the defending champion Jack Swagger, Big Show and CM Punk at Fatal 4-Way to win the World Heavyweight Championship. At the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, Kane won a Money in the Bank ladder match and cashed in his championship opportunity on Mysterio, after Mysterio had defeated Swagger to retain. Kane defeated Mysterio to win the World Heavyweight Championship. On the July 23 episode of SmackDown, Mysterio defeated Swagger in a 2 out of 3 falls match to earn the right to face Kane for the World Championship at SummerSlam. On the July 30 episode of SmackDown, Kane revealed that The Undertaker had disclosed that his attacker was Rey Mysterio, and vowed to get revenge. Another main rivalry from Raw featured the Nexus, a stable consisting of former NXT rookies led by the season's winner Wade Barrett, against Team WWE, led by John Cena. The Nexus made their debut as a collective unit on the June 7 episode of Raw, attacking Cena, CM Punk, and members of the ringside crew, on the pretext of demanding guaranteed WWE contracts for all of them. The following week on Raw, the then general manager Bret Hart refused, and as a result, the Nexus attacked him, incapacitating him, and forcing WWE chairman Vince McMahon to appoint a new, anonymous general manager, who ultimately signed all members of the Nexus to the show. The Nexus continued to frequently attack various WWE wrestlers, crew, and legends to display their dominance, although they focused mainly on Cena, costing him the WWE Championship twice. On the July 19 episode of Raw, Cena confronted the Nexus, who offered him a place in their stable, which he refused, and instead revealed that he had assembled a team, christened Team WWE, to face the Nexus in a 7-on-7 tag team match at SummerSlam. On the July 26 episode of Raw, the anonymous general manager changed the match to an elimination format. Following dissension on Cena's team in the next few weeks, Edge and Jericho left the SummerSlam match on the August 2 episode of Raw. They rejoined the following week, however, when the Nexus tried to attack the members of Team WWE and Edge and Jericho. On the same episode of Raw, Khali was attacked by the Nexus, removing him from the match at SummerSlam. The Miz offered his services to the team as Khali's substitute, ultimately saying he would reveal his final decision at SummerSlam itself. Another rivalry from the SmackDown brand pitted Big Show against the Straight Edge Society, a stable preaching the hardline straight-edge lifestyle, led by CM Punk and consisting of Luke Gallows, Joey Mercury and Serena. In May, at the Over the Limit pay-per-view, Punk lost a match to Rey Mysterio, forcing Punk to have his head shaved bald as a result of the stipulation. In order to conceal his baldness, Punk started wearing a mask until Big Show forcibly removed it on the July 16 episode of SmackDown. In an attempt to avenge Punk's humiliation, the Straight Edge Society's masked mystery man faced the Big Show in a match, but had his own mask removed during the match, revealing him to be Joey Mercury. On the July 30 episode of SmackDown, the Straight Edge Society attacked Big Show and repeatedly stomped on his right hand into the steel ring steps. The following week, it was announced that the Straight Edge Society would be facing Big Show in a 3-on-1 handicap match at SummerSlam. Another rivalry from the Raw brand was between the champion Alicia Fox and Melina over the WWE Divas Championship. In December 2009, Melina tore her ACL at a live event, which caused her to vacate the Divas Championship. At Fatal 4-Way in June, Fox won the title in a Fatal 4-Way match, also featuring the then-champion Eve, Maryse and Gail Kim, and retained the championship against Eve at Money in the Bank. On the August 2 episode of Raw, Melina made her return and attacked Fox. The following week on Raw, Melina defeated Fox in a non-title match and was rewarded with a title opportunity at the Divas Championship at SummerSlam. Production: much like the previous year's SummerSlam, WWE promoted the event with its SummerSlam Access fan convention. The convention was held at the Nokia Plaza in LA Live from August 14 to 15. THQ revealed further details of the latest installment of their WWE SmackDown series, WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2011. Event: the first match of the event was between the Intercontinental Champion Dolph Ziggler, accompanied by Vicky Guerrero, and Kofi Kingston for the Intercontinental Championship. Kofi started dominating. After sending Ziggler to the ringside with a clothesline, Kofi went for a suicide dive, but the champion dodged, as Kofi hit the barricade. Ziggler dominated Kofi for a while, but the challenger kicked him on the face, just to get tripped headfirst to the bottom turnbuckle. Kofi dominated again, grounding Ziggler with a dropkick and following it with a boom drop. As Ziggler crawled to the corner, Kofi tried to attack him. As Ziggler dodged, Kofi get to the second turnbuckle and hit a diving crossbody. Ziggler floated over for a 2 count. Ziggler hit Kofi with a leg drop bulldog, just for another 2 count. Kofi retaliates with a diving karate chop. As Kofi went for the Trouble in Paradise, Ziggler dodged and locked in the sleeper hold. The referee was forced to end the match after the Nexus entered the ring and attacked both competitors. Aftermath: the following night on Raw, the anonymous general manager of Raw announced that members of the Nexus would face off against members of Team WWE in a series of matches throughout the evening. In order to find the weak links of the group, the Nexus leader, Wade Barrett, declared that anyone in the Nexus who lost their match would be exiled from the group. Ultimately, each Nexus member won their match except for Darren Young, who lost to John Cena via submission. After the match, the remaining 6 members brutally attacked Young, symbolizing his banishment from the Nexus. According to Jericho and Edge, the original plan was to put Barrett over. At the end, Jericho and Edge would lose against Nexus. However, Cena asked for a change and he defeated Barrett and Gabriel. Jericho said that it was a bad idea, because Barrett wasn't pushed. Reception equals, the Sun's Rob McNichol said the event failed to deliver in the ring, leaving us feeling lukewarm at best. He also stated that Daniel Bryan's return in the high-quality main event saved the PPV because of the first 2 hours. Summing up, he gave the event a 5.5 out of 10, which was lower than the 8 out of 10 the previous year's event had received. Results: 7-on-7 elimination tag eliminations equals. References. External links. Official SummerSlam website, official SummerSlam mini site.